Just imagine this for a second. You're trapped somewhere with no food, no water, and getting out feels straight up impossible. That nightmare is exactly where today's story begins. After an all night drinking binge, a man finally wakes up in the morning with a splitting headache. His mouth is dry, his head is pounding, and he feels completely wrecked. As he turns his head to the side, he freezes in shock. Right next to him lies a dead rat, stiff and rotting. That's when reality hits him hard. He isn't in a bedroom. He isn't in a basement. He's locked inside a vault-like concrete room with thick iron doors and a metal cabinet bolted into the wall. The air is filled with the loud buzzing of flies. Some of them are swarming the dead rat, feeding on it like it's a free buffet. He checks his watch. It's 9 a.m. Panic starts creeping in. He rushes to the iron door and tries to open it with all his strength, but it doesn't even budge. He bangs on it, screams at the top of his lungs, kicks it. Nothing. No response. No footsteps, no voices, just silence. He has no idea how he got here, when it happened, or who did this to him. A little while later, his bladder starts screaming at him. He badly needs a bathroom. At first, he thinks this whole thing is some messed up prank. He assumes one of his coworkers, a guy named Fletcher, is behind it. Half joking, half angry, he yells that he'll get Fletcher fired the moment he gets out. But as time passes, that joke stops being funny. There's no sign of anyone outside. He pulls his phone out of his pocket and tries calling Fletcher. No signal, not even a single bar. That's when it really sinks in. He's completely cut off from the outside world. Desperate, he turns his attention to the metal cabinet in the room. He tries opening it, forcing it, shaking it, but it's completely sealed shut. He searches every inch of the room, even looking for hidden cameras, thinking this might be some twisted experiment. Nothing. No cameras, no speakers, no clues. Confusion slowly turns into anger. He starts yelling at his coworkers, cursing them, blaming everyone he knows. Fueled by rage, he takes off his belt and starts whipping the iron door over and over again. Eventually, his strength gives out. He hasn't eaten anything in over a day, and his body is already starting to crash. He screams that he'll call the police, that everyone responsible will pay, but the silence stays undefeated. An entire day passes. When he wakes up again, weak and dehydrated, he checks his phone and it slips from his hand, smashing on the floor. Completely useless now. With no food, no water, survival becomes his only priority. Left with no choice, he takes off his shoe, pees into it, and drinks it. Loneliness, hunger, and dehydration start messing with his mind. He's slowly losing it. Suddenly, something catches his eye. Above him, inside the tube light, he notices a key. Without thinking twice, he breaks the light, grabs the key, and rushes to the metal cabinet. This time, it opens. Inside, he finds 2 oxygen tanks, a welding machine, and several heavy tools like sledgehammers. Hope sparks again. He tries breaking the iron door with the tools, slamming it again and again, but the door doesn't even get scratched. He then attempts to melt it using the welding machine, but he has no idea how to operate it properly. Still, seeing the flame gives him another idea. He plans to trigger a fire alarm, hoping at least some water will come through the sprinklers. But his luck is trash. The alarm turns out to be fake. Next, he goes all in on the lock, smashing it repeatedly with the sledgehammer. But the door is insanely strong, not even a dent. Exhausted, starving, and dehydrated, he sinks into depression. He pounds the cabinet in frustration, then eventually slumps down in silence. That's when he notices something important: a small hole in the wall. Grabbing the hammer, he starts breaking into it, hoping to create a tunnel and escape. As he works, oxygen levels in the room start dropping. Panicking, he opens the oxygen tanks and breathes heavily, but he overdoes it. Too much oxygen makes him dizzy and he has to stop. His eyes drift back to the dead rat. He notices maggots crawling over it. To stay alive, he goes full Bear Grylls mode and eats the insects. After somehow forcing them down, he gets back to digging. Slowly, painfully, the hole grows larger. Behind the wall, he discovers metal rods reinforcing the structure. Using the welding torch, he cuts through the rods and continues breaking the wall. Then, light. Actual light. Overjoyed, he pushes through the opening. Freedom is right there. Or so he thinks. The moment he steps out, his heart sinks. He's not outside. He's inside another identical room. Same concrete walls, same iron door. All that effort wasted. He completely loses it, pounding the door like a madman. After calming down, he scans the room and notices a red coffin in the corner. Slowly, carefully, he opens it. Inside lies a beautiful young woman. She isn't dead, just unconscious. When he wakes her up, she panics, terrified. They try to talk, but quickly realize they don't speak the same language. Frightened, the woman runs back into the previous room and hides. The man is too exhausted to explain anything. With no better option, he decides to sleep inside the coffin. Later that night, the woman comes back and gives him space. She gestures for him to continue digging the tunnel, but his body is done, dehydrated, injured, and barely functioning. The woman takes the tools herself and starts digging, but it's brutal work. Soon she needs to pee and runs toward the other room. The man stops her and gestures desperately. He hasn't had water in 3 days. Her urine could save his life. After hesitating, she agrees and pees into his shoe. He drinks it. Survival has no dignity. Slowly, the woman understands that staying alive here means doing whatever it takes. He teaches her to eat insects, but she flat out refuses. Instead, they continue digging together. Progress is painfully slow. Frustrated, the woman breaks down, crying. To calm her, the man jokes and even sings with her. During the chaos, she accidentally hits his hands with the hammer. She quickly wraps her scarf around his wound. That moment changes everything. A bond forms. Suddenly, the lock starts turning by itself. They rush toward it, but it snaps back. After repeated attempts, they realize the trick. The lock only turns when they stand with their backs facing the door. Using this strange mechanism, they finally open it and enter a third room. Bad luck again. Same setup, but this time there's an empty grave inside. The woman quickly brings all the tools from the previous room. They try opening the door using the same trick, but it doesn't work anymore. Now there's only one option left. Dig through the grave. The man collapses from weakness. Fever hits him hard. That's when he realizes the truth. Whoever trapped them wants to see one of them kill the other. Only one person is meant to leave alive. The grave is waiting. The man considers killing the woman, but he can't do it. Giving up, he lies down inside the grave, ready to die. The woman slaps him, punches him, tries to keep him awake. When nothing works, she pulls him out and lays him on the floor. Desperate, she screams at the door, but no one answers. With no options left, she uses her tears to wet his lips, trying to keep him alive. Then she removes her clothes, using body heat and touch to keep him conscious through the night. By morning, both collapse. Later, the man wakes up to find her sleeping beside him. Weakly, he crawls to the coffin in the other room, grabs a cloth and covers her. Then he passes out again. Suddenly, the sound of the lock turning echoes again. They both rush toward the door, backs facing it just like before. The man is too weak to walk, so the woman supports him step by step. This time, the door opens. What they see outside is unreal. Waterfalls, birds, flowers everywhere. A world so beautiful it feels like heaven itself. They look at each other and smile. After surviving hell together, they finally earned a peaceful ending. Now tell me, if you were trapped in a room and lost a key, who would you want to be trapped with? Drop your answer in the comments.